Hi everybody, I'm Tracy, and for the month of November at Papercraft Star, our design team is being sponsored by Craft Outlet. They have asked me to do a little tutorial using some of the products from Craft Outlet store, and I have decided to do a little mini scrapbook album using several of their products. And what I have laid out in front of you is what I'm going to use. These are called policy envelopes. We have some chipboard, some craft cardstock, some card sleeves, some tags, some coin envelopes, some twill tape, and some baker's twine. And I'm also going to be using a paper pad from Graphic 45, the Christmas Past collection. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, you're going to need 6 of these policy envelopes. And you need to measure out 9 inches. This is your flap end, the end that opens. When you measure your 9 inches, you want to cut the excess off of the other end. Just trim it off with your trimmer, and you'll end up with the envelope this long. There's really not that much of it that gets trimmed off. From the end that you cut, you're going to move in 3.5 inches, and you're going to score this with your score pal or your trimmer or whatever you use to make your score lines. And you're going to burnish that and fold it over. You're going to do 6 of these. This album is going to have 6 pages in it. Once you get each of your pages trimmed and scored and folded, on the long side, the back of the long side, the side opposite of the flap, you're going to run some tape. You need something really strong here. I've used the terrifically tacky tape. And you want to leave about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, from where you put your tape. You want to have a little room for expansion for the embellishments that you put into your album. So you're going to do that on each one of the pages, and eventually they're going to be put together. And what you're going to do is have your big flat side. You're going to take the small pocket, and that is going to be taped or glued to the long side. And that's what's going to make the pages of your album. So you'll have your strip of terrifically tacky tape or Sukwang or whatever you're going to use for your heavy-duty adhesive right here. And then you can put ATG or glue or whatever you're going to use. Not anything too loose. You need something fairly sturdy, but this is going to be your main point of strength right here. But this needs to be covered also so that this is all glued flat. This pocket is glued flat to the long side. And you're just going to keep stacking your pages glued the same way until you have all 6 of them glued together. This will be my last one. And that is going to make the pages for your book. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to make the covers and the pages. Okay, I've got my 2 covers cut out, and I have used some walnut stain distressed crackle paint around the edges of both pieces for front and back. So those are ready, and I've got most of my book put together with the papers on the pages. And I'm going to go through with one of these sets of pages in a minute and show you how to put the papers on. But that's what it looks like so far. Alright, here's the set I've left blank. Alright, I've cut all my papers. I'm going to give you all the measurements for what to cut these at. And it's really simple. You're just going to add some adhesive. And I have left a small border around my pieces of paper so that the craft shows through. But you're just going to glue those down on your large piece. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, those 2 were simple. Now here's your flap. Alright, you're going to have two pieces cut at 4 by, actually it's 3 7/8 by 6, and one is going to go inside this pocket and fold over like this. The other one is going to go inside the pocket on the next page like this and fold over, and then those two pieces are glued together to make a bigger flap than just the flap that's on the envelope. And it's not hard. It might look complicated, but it's not hard at all. Basically, the way I do it, I'm going to insert this to where it's lined up with the edge of the envelope, and go ahead and fold it down and line it up with my paper that I've already glued down. Then I'm just going to use my tape runner, put a couple of lines of adhesive on there, and fold that over. Alright, we're halfway done already. Alright, the next piece, the short end, goes inside the pocket, but it's not going to go all the way down. It's just going to be a little bit underneath the inside. Alright, now I'm just going to line it up with my other piece that I just glued to the flap. I'm going to hold that down. I'm just going to run some adhesive on this piece, and then I'm going to fold it over and glue those two pieces together. And you've got your flap. It's not hard. Alright, now to secure this side, you probably don't have to do this, but I like to have it secured down. I'm just going to run a little adhesive right along that edge right there, and then tuck that back in and press it down so that that is glued right there. Alright, now none of my pages lined up exactly when I put these two pieces together. That's not anything out of the norm for me. Most of the time my stuff doesn't come out perfectly even. You're dealing with paper here, and your paper cutter might move a little bit or whatever. So I just have trimmed these little extra, just even it up with the shortest piece. Just trim it off. I use my X-Acto knife. It's a little bit easier than trying to stick that in a trimmer. And then for this flap, I've used my corner rounder, and just round off the two corners of your flap. It just makes it look nice and neat. And also on the inside pocket, this is a I believe it's a I'm not sure about the measurements. I'll have to look and put that on the screen, what size circle this is. But I have marked on the side of mine where the center line is. Normally I would punch upside down so that I could see across there, but I can't get the punch in that way, so I'm going to have to do it this way. But I'm just sliding it in that pocket. I'll turn it sideways so you can see. And I'm lining up those halfway hatch marks and just eyeballing the center of the pocket itself. And I'm just going to punch a half circle out of that so that when I put my tags in there, I have something to be able to grab hold of my tags with. But there's your pocket. All the pages are put together with the paper on them. Oops, got that one backwards. That's the back page. And all I have to do is put some adhesive on here and on here after I put the papers that I'm going to use on my covers, and then I will glue the book into the actual cover itself. I'm going to do some decorating on the pages, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like once it's decorated. Here's the completed mini. I'll have to do a separate video to show you all the details on all the pages and all the little tags and decorations and things that I added to it, because there was only about a minute left that I could put on this video. So I'll do a total separate one and show you everything a lot slower. And I hope you'll give this a try. It was really easy, and especially make sure you drop by Babette's store and check out all the great stuff she has in there. She's got some really cool stuff. So that's the album. Hope you like it. Thanks.